I'm going to demystify this for y'all. The best, crunchiest, crispiest onion rings you've ever eaten. And honey, they are not greasy. Watch out.
Here I have done some slices of onion rings. These are sweet onions. They come from a place called Mesquite here in eastern North Carolina, but you could use Vidalia onions, and you could use any kind of onions you'd like, but we just prefer them with the sweet onions. And after you slice them in the rings, I just put them in some ice water to soak for about 15 minutes while I'm getting the batter ready. For our beer battered onion rings, we're going to take 2/3 cup of all-purpose flour. I have already cut up a sweet onion, a large sweet onion, and I separated into rings, and I've had it soaking in ice water. Now the ice is melted, but it's still very, very cold. And I've got a bowl with cornstarch and I wanted the bowl to be as large as the largest onion ring that I had, which is about that one, because we're going to dip it in the cornstarch first, and it'll help the batter hold on. Now, the spices that are going to go into the flour, this is what I have. 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, and that's why we're using the all-purpose flour, because we're putting baking powder, and that'll help it rise. This is also 1/2 teaspoon of paprika. I happen to like smoked paprika, so that's what I have. 1/2 to 3/4 to, if you love it, 1 teaspoon of granulated garlic, and I like the roasted kind. And then this is 1/4 teaspoon of salt. You can use 1/2 teaspoon, but I like a little bit of salt. And then 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. And we're just going to put this and whisk it into the flour. Last but not least, this is going to make it light and airy. See the bubbly? Now, some people say you can substitute club soda. Or sometimes ginger ale. Now, I've never tried either one of those, but I've read about them. But this is 6 ounces, which is 3/4 of a cup of beer. And that's what we're going to use to make our beer batter. Now, my husband loved the ones last night so good, he asked me to make them for lunch today. So we're trying them a little spicier today. I'm adding a little bit of Chipotle, just a little bit of Cajun seasoning, black pepper, salt, garlic, and a little bit more paprika this time. We're going to season them all up. Here I'm adding all of the spices in with the flour, and I'm going to whisk that around just until it's blended. Then I'm going to add the beer, and that's going to foam up a little bit, and it should. See how nice the bubbles are? Foamy bubbles. And you can use any kind of beer you want. And we're going to get us a little setup going. Cornstarch, batter, fry. Now, I've got canola oil that's at least 1/2 inch deep in my little fry pan. Okay, let's get started. Okay, we're going to take the onion ring and make sure we thoroughly coat it with the cornstarch. And again, this will help the coating to stick on for the batter. Okay, give it a good shake and plop it in the batter. Turn it over. And let it drip just a little bit. And here we go. Now the temperature of the oil should be around 355 to 365. Do you see how that floats? And we're going to let it get brown. This was a little test piece that I used, and it's perfect. We'll turn it over, and it's beautiful and golden brown, and it doesn't take long. You want a nice golden brown color. Let's do another while that one's frying. Cornstarch. And this is probably not the less messy thing that I'm ever going to demo. But, you know, they say if it's messy, a lot of times it's really good. So, anyway, I'm going to put this over here. And I tell you, it's really doing a good job, I think. And this is just a small fry pan, a 10-inch fry pan. And I'm just going to fry up a bunch of these, and I'll let you know when I finish.
Y'all listen to that. Ooh. Every bite of those is delicious, and it's not hard. You can make this. I'll show you how. I just did. Make them for your family today. You'll enjoy.